A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be upon you. And I am excited to welcome you to the 92nd Annual Convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community. The annual convention, otherwise known as Jalsa Salana, is a major event in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. It is so significant that it has always been part and parcel of the calendar of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in all countries where the Ahmadiyya Muslim community exists. What is so unique about the Jalsa Salana is that it is one of the ways or means through which the teachings of the Jamaat are made known to the public. It is one of the ways or means through which the Ahmadiyya Muslim community teaches the public and or sensitize the public of what we stand for. And that was vouchsafed to the promised Messiah to be used as a way of letting people know his community and what the community stands for, and that indeed he has been sent by Allah to reform Islam. That is why we have always revered this Jalsa Salana with all the love and with all our heart, to the extent that we are not prepared to glance any other direction when the Jalsa Salana is coming or when the Jalsa Salana has come. This year's Jalsa Salana, as we have always done, is taking place at Pomazi in the central region of Ghana. And the theme of this year's Jalsa Salana is Justice and Peace, an essential ingredient for national development and for peace. I have with me a number of people, a number of participants who have come to participate in the Jalsa Salana. We have our former Sadr, our former Naib Sadr, who was the vice president of the youth of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Sadr, if I can ask you a few questions. Please, can you get here, please? Let's have some conversations at the start. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. I just wanted to tell us briefly, how do you feel about this year's Jalsa Salana?
Yes, thank you very much, my brother. My name is Osman Yaubeidu, former Naib Sadr Majlis Kudam Ahmadiyya Ghana. I am very much excited and also blessed for being alive to witness this blessed occasion.
Now, when you look at the writings of the promised Messiah, he has written a lot. The founder of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has published over 80 books, teaching the world and teaching people who were around his vicinity the teachings of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Don't you consider that to be enough when it comes to teaching people about what he stands for and about his teachings? Why do you think the Jalsa Salana is still important?
Yes, it is it is more than enough, as you have said. And if you read the books of the promised Messiah, he makes us aware that this occasion should not be equal to any other gathering, because this is a unique one that should be instituted all times to uplift the spirituality of members and also to broadcast the development of the Jamaat. And so I think that it is not for anything that Jamaat has made this occasion very important and regular. Even if Jamaat will spend all that it takes to make sure it comes into being, then Jamaat has to do that. But my brother, one thing that is important is that this gathering also draws very important caliber of people, and then when they come, they themselves confess that what they are seeing is unique. So it goes to add to what the promised Messiah alayhi salat himself has said.
Thank you very much. You've heard it from the former Naif Sadr that the Jalsa Salana, to a very large extent, speaks of what the promised Messiah himself has stated, as it is always being shown by participants. We thank you so much for the time you have spent with us, and we wish you the best of today. I know today promises to be very exciting. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have another participant who I shall be calling very soon. He is a tutor at Jamia Ahmadiyya, one of the important institutions of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Ustaz, if we may have you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ustaz, you are welcome to the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
Yes, I'm also very happy to have attended this convention. Actually, I am the chairman of the exhibition of the Jalsa Salana, and we have been here for almost 2 weeks now. The strange thing is that the members of the Jama'ah Islamiyya Ahmadiyya are very, very advocate to the services of the Jama'ah. You cannot believe that since last 2 weeks, we have Khuddam, that means the youth, who have, stopped their works, and they came here to participate and do good job and do the services. As you can see all around, everywhere, is the Jama'ah members who stood up the youth to do all this work. So we have the Ansar. The Ansar, some of them also come, that is the old people, to also do the work with us. At the Jalsa Salana, at the exhibition center here, in fact, the exhibition today, we are exhibiting the things about the 100 years centenary. That means Jama'ah Islamiyya Ahmadiyya existence in Ghana has been 100 years now. 101, I may say, or 103, I may say now. So we are bringing all the pioneer missionaries and then the Umara, their pictures, and we also talk about their history, their life history, and the services, the good services that they do in the Jama'ah. We say that Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, when he needed help, his Ansar, the Hawariyin, they were the people who are helping him. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, and the Ansar of Medina, they devoted their life, their blood, their money, their everything for the propagation of Islam. So in Jama'ah Islamiyya Ahmadiyya, we even went further. We have Ansar, and we have Khuddam, we have Atwal, we have Nasirat, and we have Lajna.
And we have Hawajirin.
And now we have Hawajirin also. So subhanallah, so all these segments of the Jama'ah, everybody, every one single person strives hard to make sure that he has given a very valuable services to the Jama'ah Islamiyya Ahmadiyya. And this Jalsa is actually to unite the people of the Ahmadiyya and also to propagate Islam and to inform people that the Messiah has come and people has to pay heed to his call. As Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised us to do, that if the Messiah comes and you hear about him, even if you have to crawl on the surface of ice and go and meet him, do it.
Do that. Very well. Because you are a tutor of Jama'ah Ahmadiyya, I want to ask you this question. The Quran has mentioned that innamal mu'minuna ihwat, that believers of the same faith are brothers. How is that manifested in our Jalsa Salanas or in the annual convention that we do hold?
The Ukhuwa al-Islamiyya is so much, that is the Brotherhood of Islam. It is so much manifested, particularly the ayah that said innamal mu'minuna ikhwa. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to put the Muhajirin and the Ansar to make them as brothers. In fact, in the Ahmadiyya, what we do is we try our best in every country you see our existence there to bring about all the Islamic sects under one umbrella. For instance, Jama'ah Islamiyya Ahmadiyya, our Amir, every year he makes a courtesy calls to most of the headquarters of the Ahl Sunnah, the Shia, the Tijaniya, the Istiqama, and in fact, and so on. Apart from that, we also invite them to our headquarters where they are leaders of these Islamic sects. They come there and sit with Amir and then have a brotherly talk about Islam and about some of the current affairs which is going on in here. We don't stop there. We even, our Amir, even Mohammed bin Saleh, even invite the Christian pastors, who are in Ghana here. He goes to their offices and he invites them to the mission house where they come. He give them, he talk to them about Islam and the good picture of Islam he places to them. And then, in fact, we give them some of, like, the Holy Quran, and we give them some of the writings, that is the books of Promised Messiah, who speaks about the peace, how Islam is peaceful, how Islam lives with what? With other religions, how Islam tolerates other people who are of different faith. That is what Jama'ah Islamiyah is doing. So, in fact, if you want to see the sect that actually apply this ayah, innamal mu'minuna ikhwa, you may not find it except in the Jama'ah Islamiyah Ahmadiyya. Another thing I would like you to know is that in the Jama'ah Islamiyah Ahmadiyya, it's not just Indians or Pakistanis are in there. No, we are there in every part of the world. And in the Jama'ah, that is the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, where we are, we try to make sure that all tribes who are within the Jama'ah, they forget about their tribal inclination, and they all come under one banner, which is Islam Ahmadiyya. So that is what we do. So here in Ghana, you can see different tribes. In fact, within Ahmadiyya, they intermarriage, and they also live together, and we do things together lovely and with what? With brotherly, in a brotherly manner. That is what, mashallah ta'ala, we do here. And you can see today, in this our first day of the Jalsa, you see that we have invited, I just usher in the leaders of Ahl Sunnah, some leaders of Tijaniya, and the others are yet to come. Okay, and when they come, we will also give them a space to speak and let our people know who they are and what they represent. So this is what we are doing, alhamdulillah.
Thank you so much, and I am so grateful. And on behalf of the Muslim community, Islam Ahmadiyya, I would like to thank you profusely for this time that you have shared with us and this wonderful knowledge that you have shared with us. I wish you the best of today. Today promises to be very exciting because the President of Ghana will be coming. And I know you can't hold yourself knowing that having been newly elected, this is the first major event that he will be attending after he was sworn in 2 days ago. So I wish you the best of today. Thank you so much. So viewers, we are still at the Jalsa Salana. This is the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. As you have heard it from a number of people that I have interviewed, this is one of the means through which we sensitize people of what we stand for. This is one of the means through which we let people know the beliefs and teachings of Islam Ahmadiyya. And this was vouchsafed to the promised Messiah that adopt this as one of the means of teaching people. Let them come to you. Let them come to your household. Let them come to you so that you can teach them and explain to them the Islamic teachings and doctrines which for a very long time have been misconstrued by a lot of people under the umbrella of Islam. The Jalsa just did not start right now. It started 4 o'clock this dawn, where we observe our dawn prayers. After observing our dawn prayers, we had what we call the daras or lessons, and this was a lecture which was delivered by one of the Molvis of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, who did a very good work as he mentioned to us some of the signs of God, some of the signs that indeed prove that God is real, that God answers the prayers of those who call upon him, that God listens to those who actually resort to him and believe in him as the one and sole creator of all creatures. There are a lot of people that you can see. We have the Hudam. The Hudam forms part of the youth of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and they are always ever ready to do the services of the Jama'ah. They are always ready to expend their energy in the cause of Islam Ahmadiyya. There are a lot of people that I shall be talking to so that you can actually have a feel of what is happening at this Jalsa ground called Pomazi. Please, my brother, if you can come and let me have a word with you. You express to us your feelings and how, what are your observations of today's Jalsa? Assalamu alaikum. My lady, if I can speak to you, my sister. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Please, this is the 92nd Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. What are you expecting in this year's Jalsa Salana?
Oh, I'm I'm expecting it to be as exciting as it has been always, and I expect to learn more from the speakers.
What do you usually gain anytime you attend the Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community?
Spiritual enhancement. We get to communicate with family members we've not seen in a while, yeah. And we get to serve the Jamaat and serve Allah, yeah.
How do you feel, spending your precious time serving the Jamaat when there are other equally important things for you to do?
I feel humbled because I'm serving Allah. I mean, anything you do in the cause of Allah with pure intentions, Allah blesses you, so I feel humbled.
Thank you so much. You just heard it from her. Anything that you do in the cause of Allah should be a source of blessing. And she indeed feels humble that she's spending her precious time to serve Allah by serving the cause of the Jamaat. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. If I can have a word with you, please, just one word. I can see that you are really feeling very excited. In fact, this is my senior at Ahmadiyya Senior High School. He was the senior school prefect, and we inherited the position from him when they were living. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
This is the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. What do you expect?
Well, I expect nothing but greatness. I mean, you know that this Jamaat is Jamaat that has been blessed by Allah Almighty, and there is no two ways about it. So I expect nothing but the best.
Now, the founder of this community, you will bear with me, has written a lot of books, to espouse the teachings and to espouse what Islam stands for. He has written a lot of articles. The last time I checked, the books that he has written are more than 80. This is a great work that he has done. Why do you think we still need to hold an annual convention when the books he has written are in abundance and are self-evidence of what the community stands for?
Human nature is such that with time we forget. So that is why there is a need that Allah Almighty continue to bring prophets who come to not bring new law, but to sort of explain what has earlier been brought to us. So although the Prophet Messiah has written a lot of books, there is a need to be reminding ourselves constantly. So there is a need to hold these conferences so that we select people who are well versed in some of these Islamic teachings to sort of share with us what the promised Messiah brought to us, and not any new thing, what he actually came to teach us. Yes.
Right. Thank you so much for the time that you have found to come and talk to us. Actually, we are live, and it is being streamed on most of the social media handles that you know of. And this is one of the ways through which the teachings of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is being propagated. I wish you the best for today. I know today promises to be very exciting. I wish you the best for today. And after this, we shall surely meet again. I am very sure about that. Members of the community and viewers who are watching us, wherever you are watching us in this country and even beyond, this is the 92nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. It is taking place right here at Pomazi in the central region of Ghana. And usually during this conference, members of the community travel from far and wide to come and participate in the convention. As I mentioned to you earlier, and as you have heard from other people that I have interviewed, this is one of the ways through which we teach members and members of the public what Islam Ahmadiyya stands for, what the community actually represents, and what we want the world to know about us. And so we will entreat you that you glue on to, if it is Facebook, if it is TikTok, if it is WhatsApp and all other social media platforms that you know of, where we know this program is being streamed live, so that you can have the benefit of watching and listening to beautiful speeches that are done in accordance with Islamic teachings and with Islamic principles. Today, as I mentioned to you, promises to be a great day because we shall be hosting the president of the nation who was newly elected on the 7th of December 2024 and sworn in just about 2 days ago. And so this is the major event that he will be attending ever since he was sworn into office 2 days ago. And so members, I appeal to you, don't you go away. Please stay with us because there is a lot coming. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme.
Jalsa Salana.
A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under a theme, Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under a theme, Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana. Jalsa Salana.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
The 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi, 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yes, Remo say ene dashunku. Emma obibia ntubia meka yehu yensom yentonton Nyankopon.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under a theme, Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under a theme, Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
The 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yesremu se ene dashmunku emma obibia ntubia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
The 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
Yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Gwimanga Sunside. Jalsa Salana Mubarak to you all.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Midinde Berkizbuahi. 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana 2025. Yes, Remo say ene dashnon ko. Emma obibia nto bia meka ye ho ye nsom ye ntonton Nyankopon. Assalamu alaikum.
the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana Ghana is going to be an exciting one, an amazing one, and
Yes, it will be an amazing experience. We entreat all and sound you to be there for this amazing experience. Please come and strengthen your faith. Jazakallah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana, on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana.
God of honor, God son. God of honor, stop. No thanks. God of honor, stop. God son.
Assalamu alaikum. Legna maila nyankopon mamo abotre onyam bae o abontre onyam bedru ha nte obi antna se oba obi abehunu mamo prepare mo ho yesra mo a legna maila just keep calm montna se adia fatia kindly work on that for us. Let them keep calm, please.
Yes, you have a panel banner or run or be answer with your tino. Maybe you'll be at now. Yo, yes, there won't be brave. So, if papa and your bedroom, be answer with your tino. Mamma will be a pum by the Baba Shen. Nangasa or Bacorana or Chian. Will be answer with your tino. Mamma in I am pum by you, yes, so be brave. Maybe be on your fair, I don't see. Hello.
The podium is there.
Mr. Funny and me, that your handkerchief height, you know, you're ready. Your handkerchief height, and you're ready.
Hey! National salute! Salute!
Assalamu alaikum, Your Excellency. 92nd Annual National Conference of Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana, under the theme Peace and Justice, the essential ingredient for national development. Guard of honor formed up, 1 officer, 30 Hudam, ready for inspection. Nazim Wakariama, Fokuo Abubakar, reporting.
Legend for one to form. Obi Antona say, Oba, Monsa Butre. You president, brand new. Mono, into the Monsa Butre, Obi Abehunu. Montana say, Oba na, yeah, sorry. Most original, move general check until Esremo, Montana say. Legend police, please insist that they all sit down, please.
Your Excellency, guard is passing over. May I have your permission to carry on, Your Excellency?
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Legna imaila yesramwa makumye kumye yesramwa muntunafum yesramwa.
sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Khilafat Ahmadiyya. His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad. Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin. Amin Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. Lajna Imaila. Majlis Khudam al-Ahmadiyya. Majlis Ansarullah al-Ahmadiyya. Takbir. His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad. His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad. The newly elected president of Ghana. Nara Takbir. Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin. Amin Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. Nara Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nara Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Hazrat Muhammad Muhammad Mustafa
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir.
Yeah.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir.
Yeah.
Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Ankoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Ankoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Ankoso.
Ghulam Ahmed Ki.
Yeah.
Ghulam Ahmed Ki.
Yeah.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinche.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinche.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu
Majlis
Akbar.
Ansarullah.
Ankoso.
Majlis Ansarullah.
Ankoso.
Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya
Ankoso.
Ghana. Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Ankoso.
Lajna Imaillah.
Ankoso.
Lajna Imaillah.
Ankoso.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu
Alhaj
Akbar.
Malvin Nur Muhammad bin Salih.
Oyinche.
Alhaj Malvin Nur Muhammad bin Salih.
Oyinche.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Ankoso.
Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Ankoso.
Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Ankoso.
Khilafat Ahmadiyya.
Ankoso.
Khilafat Ahmadiyya.
Ankoso.
Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad.
Oyinche.
Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad.
Oyinche. Ankoso.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare takbir. Nare takbir. Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa. Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir. Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir. Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jalsa Salana Ghana. Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana. Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. خلافة أحمدية خلافة أحمدية خلافة أحمدية حضرت ميرزا مسرور أحمد حضرت ميرزا مسرور أحمد His Excellency the President of Ghana His Excellency the President of Ghana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 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 Majlis Ansarullah Majlis Ansarullah Majlis Ansarullah Majlis Khudam Ahmadiyya Majlis Khudam Ahmadiyya Majlis Khudam Ahmadiyya Lajna Imaila Lajna Imaila Ghana Nare Takbir Nare Takbir
Allahu Akbar.
Islam Ahmadiyya Jalsa Salana Ghana Jalsa Salana Ghana Amir Nur Muhammad bin Salih Amir Nur Muhammad bin Salih His Excellency John Dramani Mahama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana 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 Islam Ahmadiyya Islam Ahmadiyya Khilafat Ahmadiyya Khilafat Ahmadiyya Jalsa Salana Ghana Jalsa Salana Ghana Majlis Ansarullah Ghana Majlis Ansarullah Ghana Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya Lajna Imaila Lajna Imaila Ghana Ghana His Excellency John Dramani Mahama His Excellency John His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Amir, Nigeria. Amir, Nigeria. Amir Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. Amir Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. President of Ghana. President of Ghana. Islami Ahmadiyya. Islami Ahmadiyya. Ghana. 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 Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Islam Ahmadiyya. Islam Ahmadiyya. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Ghulam Ahmed Ki. Khilafat Ahmadiyya. Khilafat Ahmadiyya. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. General Mosquito. General Mosquito. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu
Jalsa
Akbar.
Salana Ghana.
Onkoso.
Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Onkoso.
Jalsa Salana Ghana.
Onkoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Onkoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Onkoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Onkoso.
Majlis Ansarullah Ghana.
Onkoso.
Majlis Ansarullah Ghana.
Onkoso.
Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Onkoso.
Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya Ghana.
Onkoso.
Lajna Imaillah.
Onkoso.
Lajna Imaillah.
Onkoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir.
Onkoso.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya Alamgir.
Onkoso.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Islami Ahmadiyya. Islami Ahmadiyya. Ghana. Ghana. Amir Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. Amir Nur Muhammad bin Saleh. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ghana. 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 Islami Ahmadiyya. Islami Ahmadiyya. Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Nare Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Allahu la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
La ilaha illallah
Good morning. I wish all of you the bountiful blessings of Allah, and I greet you with a Muslim greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I can see that we are very much ready for the commencement of the Jalsa, so we may resume our seats. His Excellency will definitely address us, so there is no cause for worry. We've spent some time already, so we will not waste any more time. I will go on to invite one of our brothers, as we do every year, for the commencement of our Jalsa, a recitation from the Holy Quran. This time, we would like our brother Hafiz Molvi Ismail Edusei to come and recite a portion from the Holy Quran for the commencement of our 92nd annual Jalsa Salana. Also.
Quran kaso ayahum tene obasara kasa bahuna dariasia yeziminianum Quran kasa ayahum tene otovo yamere kaso amparade osra ayedi Kurana eya mo biara nkasa onyamere kasa abozi na wontezi onyamere kasa abozi na hom yekom obosoro gbasere kasa bahune dewiasia tezi minianom Kurana kasa aya wontene otomfo yamere kasa Osura ayedi onam deminti womwe waken kana wonventufu mobiarante onyame nsampa kurana womwe ampe womwe waken kana wonventufu mobiarante.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله يأمركم أن تؤدوا الأمانات إلى أهلها وإذا حكمتم بين الناس أن تحكموا بالعدل إن الله نعم ما يعظكم به إن الله نعم ما يعظكم به إن الله كان سميعا بصيرا يا أيها أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله والرسول إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ذلك خير وأحسن تأويلا. Translation. Verily, Allah commands you to make over the trust to those entitled to them, and that when you judge between men, you judge with justice. And surely, excellent is that with which Allah admonishes you. Allah is all hearing, all seeing. O ye who believe, obey Allah and obey His Messenger and those who are in authority among you. And if you differ in anything among yourselves, refer it to Allah and His Messenger if you are believers in Allah and the last day. That is best and most commendable in the end. This has been taken from the 4th chapter of the Holy Quran, Surah An-Nisa, verses 59 and 60. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Nare Takbir! Jalsa Salana, Ghana! Hafiz Ismail Adusei! Nare Takbir!
The beautiful recitation of the Holy Quran will be followed by a recitation of an Urdu poem by Ilyas Adam, who is a student of Jamia Ahmadiyya International, Ghana.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. The following is the English rendering of an Urdu poem written by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam, the founder of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. To accept the truth when it has manifested itself is the trait of the righteous. This is the prudent way. To adopt the useful and to shun what is evil, this is wisdom and sagacity. It is insight and wit. The messengers had always wept on the heedlessness of the heedless. But in this age, O people, this is the newest lament. That pure one does not teach us foul language. This is the root of God-fearing. This is honesty and purity. That beloved revives the faith through marvels. Hasten, O ye who are stumbling. This is the staff or support of faith. Now the poem in Urdu. जब खुल गई सच्चाई फिर उसको मान लेना नेकों की है ये खसलत राहें हया यही है जो हो मुफीद लेना जो बद हो उससे बचना अक्लो खिरद यही है फहमो ज़का यही है गफलत पे गाफिलों की रोते रहे हैं मुरसल पर इस ज़मां में लोगों नौहा नया यही है हमको सिखाता वो पाक बद जुबानी तकवा की जड़ यही है सिद्को सफा यही है
नारे तकबीर नारे तकबीर हजरत मिर्जा गुलाम अहमद हजरत मिर्जा गुलाम अहमद की नारे तकबीर
करता है मुझों से वो यार दीन को ताज़ा इस्लाम के चमन की बादें सबा यही है अब निशान है जिनसे दी अब तलक है ताज़ा ऐ गिरने वालों दौड़ो दी का आसा यही है ऐ गिरने वालों दौड़ो दी का आसा अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू।
नारे तकबीर, नारे तकबीर। हजरत मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा, हजरत मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा, जमात अहमदिया आलमगीर, जमात अहमदिया आलमगीर, गुलाम अहमद की, गुलाम अहमद की। jalsa salana Ghana, jalsa salana Ghana. Nare takbir.
Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. With the beautiful recitation of this Urdu poem, the stage is now set for the official opening of this year's Jalsa, the 92nd Annual National Convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana. And this is to be conducted by no less a person than our own revered Amir, Al-Hajj Maulana Nur Muhammad bin Saleh, who is also the missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana. I wish to humbly invite Amir Saab to the podium to deliver his welcome address and also to follow it up with an opening dua. Amir Saab, come on.
Nare takbir. Maulana Nur Muhammad bin Saleh, Amir Jamaat Ahmadiyya Ghana, 92nd Jalsa Salana Ghana. Nare takbir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. The inaugural address, and for that matter, the opening address of our conventions are always the message that we receive from our supreme spiritual worldwide leader, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Al-Khamis, Ajadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrul Aziz. On this occasion, I'll therefore read the message that our spiritual leader has sent to us, after which I'll deliver a very brief welcome address. Dear members of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I'm very pleased that you are convening your 92nd annual Jalsa Salana on 9th, 10th, and 11th January 2025. It is my prayer, may Allah bless your Jalsa with great success, and may all those attending again, and may all those attending gain immense spiritual blessings, and may you increase in goodness, piety, and righteousness. In my Jalsa address to you last year, on the occasion of the centenary of the establishment of the Ghana Jamaat, I reminded you as follows. As you move forward, you must pay close attention to your duties and appreciate that where reaching your centenary is a means of happiness for you, it also places a heavy weight of responsibility upon your shoulders. It must not be that having reached this milestone, you now sit back and relax. Rather, as the Ghana Ahmadiyya Muslim community enters its second century, it is the duty of every Ahmadi Muslim to strive earnestly to ensure its continued progress and prosperity. You must endeavor to convey the message of true Islam to every single person in your country. Seek to win the hearts and minds of your people through love and compassion. I hope that over the past year, you have tried to focus on your obligations and made efforts to fulfill your responsibilities by following my words of instruction and guidance, and that you will continue to do so. I also inform you that in order to invite people towards Islam, Ahmadi Muslims must ensure that they are foremost in following its teachings, and that can only be achieved if we associate ourselves fully with the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wassalam. Only by attaching ourselves to him can we comprehend the rights of Allah the Almighty and the rights of his creation. Only then can we do justice to these twin principles that lie at the heart of Islamic teachings. Only then can we become guarantors of peace in the world at every level of society. Only then can humanity bring an end to the incessant warfare and disorder that is increasingly plaguing the modern world. Keep in mind that the task of Khilafat Ahmadiyya is to further the mission of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam. When Ahmadis pledged bayah on the hand of Khalifatul Masih, it's also important that they endeavor to fulfill their pledge. If each member of the Jamaat were to sincerely follow, instructions and directions given by Khalifatul Masih, the highest standards of obedience and unity would be created, and as a result, the Jamaat would progress significantly in its aim to bring mankind back to the worship of the one God and establish peace and harmony in the world. Therefore, as Ahmadi Muslims, never forget who you are and what you represent. It is our great fortune that the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam has illuminated the path of conduct we should follow in the form of the 10 conditions of bayah, which should guide and direct us at every moment of our lives. Remember, only by adhering to these conditions can we ensure that we can raise aloft the spiritual torch given to us by the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, and shine a light upon the path of true righteousness for others to follow. To achieve these aims, you must constantly strive to improve your spiritual condition. Using all your faculties and capabilities, you should increase your religious knowledge and understanding of our beliefs, and attempt to improve your actions and behavior to the level that the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam expected from the members of his Jamaat. Only by constantly self-assessing yourself and trying to become even better Ahmadi Muslims will you have achieved the purpose of attending this Jalsa Salana. In conclusion, I repeat what I said to you before. Now is the time to come forward and pledge with absolute determination and resoluteness that you will forever seek to bring about all the pure changes required to fulfill the conditions of the oath you have taken with the promised Messiah, peace be upon him, inshallah. If you do so, you will be a means of conveying Islam to others, and they will draw your fellow citizens and indeed people across the world under the shade of true Islam. May Allah grant you opportunity to follow my words with all sincerity, and may you be able to create a true spiritual revolution in the world. May Allah grant you every success in his noble task, and may he bless you all. Wassalam, yours sincerely, signed Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Khalifatul Masih Al-Khamis, Khalifatul Masih the Fifth.
Nare Takbir! Nare Takbir! Khilafat Ahmadiyyat! خلافة أحمدية خليفة مسيح الخامس حضرت خليفة المسيح الخامس حضرت خليفة المسيح الخامس نعرة تكبير حضرت ميرزا مسرور أحمد حضرت ميرزا مسرور أحمد حضرت ميرزا مسرور أحمد نعرة تكبير Jalsa Salana Ghana Jalsa Salana Ghana Nare Takbir Nare Takbir Nare Takbir
Allahu Akbar.
Brethren, after conveying the message of our spiritual leader, I now proceed to deliver my welcome address to all of you. Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, former members of Council of State, the great chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Asedu Inketia, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Royal Highnesses, including our Royal Highness from Nigeria, who is here to join us on this occasion, Nananum, Nime, and Name, revered religious leaders, invited guests, our Muslim brethren. I stand here on behalf of all Ahmadi Muslims of Ghana and on behalf of my humble self to extend to you all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen gathered here the unique Islamic salutation of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you all. I also stand on behalf of the Ghana Muslim Conference. The Ghana Muslim Conference, the umbrella grouping of all Muslims of this country, to wish you a happy and prosperous New Year. Your Excellency, kindly accept our heartfelt congratulations on your assumption of the highest office of this land. About this same time last year, Your Excellency, you stood on this very spot where I'm standing now. And very soon, in a few minutes' time, you will be standing here again. Last year, you stood here in your capacity as the flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party. Somebody is saying behind me there that it is because of allergy. But he only can explain what he means by that. Your Excellency, last year you stood here in your capacity as a flag bearer of the NDC, National Democratic Congress of Ghana. You stood here with a demeanor which was self-effacing, a gracious and polite demeanor. Your Excellency, you presented yourself to us with a request that we the people of Ghana, we entrust you with the mandate to be the president of our beloved country, Ghana. Your Excellency, you did not stop there. In your request for God's guidance and blessings in your march towards this high office, you traveled all the way to London to meet our spiritual leader, Khalifatul Masih V. May Allah be his helper, with a humble request for prayers for Allah to grant you success in this endeavor. Through the sheer grace of Allah, your humble supplications were accepted by Allah with the crowning of your humble efforts with grand success. Today, by the grace of Allah, and just like last year, and regardless of your very heavy schedules in these initial crucial days, having been sworn into office only the day before yesterday, you have again honored our invitation. Your Excellency, you will shortly be standing again on the same spot that you stood last year, this time round, not as a flag bearer. You will be addressing us as the President of the Republic of Ghana. And
Nare Takbir! His Excellency John Dramani Mahama! Nare Takbir!
Mr. President, you will be addressing about 50,000 Ghanaian Ahmadi Muslims from all the nook and cranny of this country, including our numerous majestic traditional leaders, as well as very many other high-profile guests invited to this function. Your Excellency, let us go through a little bit of history. The Magna Carta, also known as the Great Charter, is said to be a foundational document in the history of democracy and the rule of law. The Magna Carta was originally issued in the year 1215 in England. The purpose for the issuance of the Magna Carta was to establish certain legal rights and principles. Legal rights and principles established that were to engender the arresting of the misuse of power. It was meant to arrest the misuse of power. It was also purported to see to the limitation of the vast, unlimited power of the monarch of that time. Your Excellency, distinguished brethren, The Magna Carta was created during a time of political conflict between King John of England and a group of rebellious barons who sought to address grievances related to abuse of power, grievances related to corruption, grievances related to heavy taxation, grievances related to flexing of muscles in a show of power drunkenness and arbitrary justice. They also sought protection for the citizenry against unlawful imprisonment and the right to fair trial. Distinguished brethren, a very important clause contained in the Magna Carta included the principle that no one, including the king, was above the law. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if it is true that history repeats itself, if that adage is true, and if it is true that history has any lesson at all for us to learn from, if this is also true, then I dare say that those societal challenges that call for the birth of the Magna Carta of England in 1215, those are the same societal ills that have so far engulfed and plagued the governance of our dear country, Ghana, today. Your Excellency, therefore, with your election to this high office of President, under these turbulent circumstances in the history of our country, you could as well have been elected with the expectation of your compatriots that perchance you become the embodiment of the Ghana version of our Magna Carta to ensure that human rights are withheld, to ensure the unnecessary display of power is curtailed, to ensure that governance is brought down to the level of the ordinary man and woman, and to ensure that governance is meant for the good and for the welfare of the people who are governed. Mr. President, the goodwill that Ghanaians have shown you through emphatically endorsing you as president must be seen to have spoken loudly that we Ghanaians are no more in the mood of giving the abuse of our emotions and the trampling upon our rights. We are no more in the mood of giving them to God. At this time of our history as a people and as Ghanaians, we are demanding justice, and we will continue demanding justice if we must have peace. We are demanding pragmatism. Your Excellency, we, the people of Ghana, are demanding nothing less than pragmatism. Pragmatism, which is a human pursuit of practicality over and above aesthetic qualities. Pragmatism, which is a concentration of facts rather than emotions or ideals, or for that matter, empty noise and deceitful promises only. Ghanaians have taken a cue, Your Excellency. We Ghanaians, we have taken a cue from a sentence in the song of an American musician in which he says that money can't buy me love. That regardless of what money you have, regardless of how much money you give me, but let me remind you that that money can never buy me love from you. That is what Ghanaians have demonstrated. The theme of our convention this year, Your Excellency, is justice and peace, the essential ingredients for national development. In our country today, all the prevalent disorders and inherent dangers to the nation's peace spring from the concept of nepotism and cronyism. Our version of the obnoxious racism which once existed in Nazi Germany. Our version of it is nepotism and cronyism. While racism is the root cause of distinction between different nations and tribes, the end result of nepotism and cronyism is the same as that of racism, particularly political nepotism and economic cronyism, which is now the political order of the day in Ghana. There can never be justice, Your Excellency. Ghanaians have said it aloud, that there can never be justice where political and economic nepotism and cronyism holds sway. On this note, Your Excellency, distinguished brethren, I would want to pledge for and behalf of all the Muslims of this country that, going by the teachings of Rasul Karim Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the word of Allah, which is the Holy Quran, we are encouraged to vie for whatever positions are available. But at the same time, that we must keep in mind that at the end of the day, only one of us will win. And that when one wins, hostilities must cease immediately. And each and every person must rally around the person who has been elected and give him all the necessary support to ensure that he is successful. Because his success will be your success as a people. Therefore, I want him to rest assured that he has our solid support. I say this without looking back. And I say this for and on behalf of all the Muslims of this country. With this, therefore, is to tell you, Your Excellency, that our prayers are with you. Our prayers will continue to be with you. We'll continue to pray for you that Allah grant you a long life, healthy long life of prosperity. We'll continue to pray for you that Allah will continuously put the love of your fellow compatriots in your heart. We'll continue to pray for you. That Allah should guide you and guard you, so that at no point in time you insult the emotions of the people of Ghana. Your Excellency, is a very big trust, and we have entrusted you with that trust. Rest assured that we'll do whatever within our means also to help you to deliver. On this note, I invite all brethren to join me in a silent prayer to declare this year's Jalsa started and open. Let's say dua. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu.
Nare Takbir! Jalsa Salana, Ghana! 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana! Mabi Amir Nur Muhammad bin Saleh! Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are most grateful to our most revered Amir and missionary in charge. Firstly, for conveying to all of us the message of our beloved Imam, Hazrat Khalifa to Messi Al-Hamis, Ayadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasri al-Aziz, and also for delivering such a powerful opening address which goes to address the expectations of Ghanaians, and also not only to expect so much from the president, but also do our bit to support him, to assist him, to deliver on his mandate. We are most grateful to Amir Saab. On this note, we would like to request for a song of praise from the Central region. So if our brothers from Central region are around, we request them to give us a song of praise.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa barik wa salim. Amen. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Pray for your motherland. Victory will surely come. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Remember your mother Ghana in all your dealings. Remember your mother Ghana in all endeavors. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Pray for your motherland. Victory will surely come. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Victory will surely come. Ghana will never be the same. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Pray for your mother Ghana. Victory will surely come. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be tonati. Biri biari ye ne kai Ghana. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana botum ponati. Biri biari ye kai Ghana. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana botum ponati. Biri biari ye ne kai Ghana. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana botum ponati. Biri biari ye ne kai Ghana. Azali ye ya bobu woni. Asamali ke ya bobu woni. Ehwine ka na yiwa ka biri biari ye kai Ghana. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana be ye ye. Oh, money Ghana botum ponati. Biri biari ye kai Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Let's help Ghana. Love for your country is part of your faith. Let's love Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Love for your country is part of your faith. In all your dealings, in all endeavors, let's look for peace, for better Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Let's help Ghana. Love for your country is part of your faith. In all your dealings, in all endeavors, let's look for peace, for better Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Love for your country is part of your faith. Why do you fight your neighbor every day? Let's look for peace, for better Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Let's love Ghana. Love for your country is part of your faith.
Wamayando Gano, Wamayando Gano, Wamayando Henmania, Yamisumini Biarayuno, Wamayando Gano, Wamayando Gano, Wamayando Henmania, Yamisumini Biarayuno.
Thank you very much, Central Region, for the patriotic songs that have been sung this afternoon, calling on each and every one of us to remember our dear nation in prayers, and not only to pray, but also to act in a way that will fasten the progress and development of the country and make it better for all of us. Like Amir said, this can never be achieved, or these cannot be achieved without justice and peace, which is why we have chosen for this year's Jalsa the theme, justice and peace, the true ingredient for national development. Having chosen this theme, we definitely need someone who has the requisite knowledge to speak to the theme. And this is no less a person than justice. The theme is justice and peace. And our father who is to deliver the address on this subject is also called Justice Said Kwekujan. He is the Naib Amir III of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana. Your Lordship, I humbly invite you to the podium to address us on the theme for the convention.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Justice Said Kwakujan! Oyinchal! Jalsa Salana Ghana! Akaso! Nare Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Maulana Nur Muhammad bin Saleh, our revered Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana, the honored chairman of this occasion of the 92nd National Convention of the Ahmadiyya community in Ghana, our most distinguished guest for today, who is none other than the former president of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, who served a first term and by the grace of Allah has been returned to the presidency to serve a groundbreaking second term following a spectacular and decisive victory in Ghana's 7th December 2024 general elections. The National Executive Council and members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, together with our elders, the distinguished members of the entourage of our newly minted president, as well as elected or re-elected members of parliament here with us, our noble traditional and religious leaders herein present, the members of the diplomatic corps who, as usual, are doing us the honors by gracing our national annual convention, our precious invited guests from all over the world present here today, the respected members of the press, my beloved brethren of the glorious Islam, who are here today in their teeming thousands, and indeed my most distinguished ladies and gentlemen, who by Allah's divine grace and mercy are all gathered here at this sacred conference ground. Please permit me this today to heartily salute you with the blessed greetings of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, grace, and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Amir Chairman, this year's convention is clearly a unique one. It is the very first national convention being held after last year's most spectacular and momentous centenary celebration of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana, which took place at these very grounds. More significantly, it heralds the onset of a new dawn in Ghana, coming only 2 days after the swearing in of a new and the 6th president, as well as the installation of the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana on 7th January 2025. Amir Chair, many had wondered whether it was safe and wise to fix this year's annual convention only 2 days after the scheduled inauguration of a new president, and especially against the backdrop of a perceived tension-clouded general election scheduled for the 7th of December 2024. The fact that the convention has started today as planned is a divine mercy and the clearest testimony of the faith and belief in our motherland, Ghana, by the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, as well as our unbending trust in divine providence. It also marks our obvious vote of confidence in the peace and bright future of our dear country. I sincerely salute the organizers for believing in Ghana and positively trusting the goodwill and good sense of Ghanaians to produce a generally free, fair, and safe general election that will sustain the security and stability of our dear nation. By God's grace, the organizers have proven that they are not amongst the people of the proverbial little faith alluded to in the Holy Bible. I deeply thank the organizers and pray for Allah's blessing on them for choosing me to share some thoughts and observations on the theme for this year's convention, namely justice and peace, the true ingredients for national development. Amir Chairman, before I proceed further, kindly permit me to grab this rare opportunity to congratulate President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana's new president, on resurrecting from the ashes of an incinerating 2016 general election defeat to win the 2024 elections in such a titanic manner, in a fashion that could only be attributable to the hand of God in the affairs of Ghana. It is our prayer and hope that the unique lessons of the last elections would guide our new president, and that he will safeguard and uphold the trust the people have so splendidly bestowed on him in an election outcome which has confounded even the most cynical optimists in Ghana. May God be his helper and guide and protect him and his government in the obviously challenging times ahead. Amen. Amir Chairman, the subject of the topic I'm to speak on is extremely vast and wide-ranging, which makes it quite difficult to deal with it comprehensively in our present circumstances and within the allotted time. The subject is, however, of critical importance and very vital and pressing at this time of our nation. Amir Chairman, the issue of justice and peace has been sublimely captured and summarized in a speech by Mirza Masroor Ahmed. May Allah help him with his mighty hand. The current and 5th international head and leader of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, the 5th Khalifa, which is published in his book entitled World Crisis, The Pathway to Peace, which I seek your leave to quote extensively here, and I quote, "The truth is that peace and justice are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. Certainly, this principle is something that all wise and intelligent people understand. Leaving aside those people who are determined to create disorder in the world, no one can claim that in any society, country, or even the entire world, there can be disorder or a lack of peace while justice and fair dealing exists. Nevertheless, we find in many parts of the world that disorder and lack of peace are prevalent. Such disorder is visible both internally within countries and externally in terms of relations between various nations. Such disorder and strife exist even though all governments claim to make policies that are based on justice. All claim that the establishment of peace is their primary objective, Yet in general, there is little doubt that restlessness and anxiety are increasing in the world, and so disorder is spreading. This clearly proves that somewhere along the line, the requirements of justice are not being fulfilled. Therefore, there is an urgent need to try and end inequality wherever and whenever it exists, unquote. From the above, it is obvious that justice and peace are a universal construct, an imperative in human development. There cannot therefore be any true and sustainable development in any nation, state, or community without a firm foundation of peace and justice being present. Simply put, peace stems from the existence of an orderly society, and justice emanates from fair dealing and ensuring for everyone their due, thereby preventing inequality and inequity. I believe that it is this situation that can minimize agitation and restlessness among the people of any nation, which tend to generate or create violent conflict that undermines stability and national security, thus stultifying the sustainable progress and development of the nation. In this connection, I could not agree more with Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed, may Allah be with him, the late fourth Khalifa, when he assessed in his book, Islam's Response to Contemporary Issues, that the single most important malady of the world today is the absence of peace. He points out that man has achieved high material progress through science and technology, and yet man is still generally not content or happy, leading to increasing fear, premonition, lack of trust, and dissatisfaction, especially among the younger generation. Amir Chairman, peace, thus, is not just the absence of violent conflict. It is the prevalence of a situation which demotivates negative dissents, the creation of suspicion and disharmony, and the circumstances that trigger conduct which prevents people from living together or otherwise interacting cooperatively to achieve a sanitized environment for the satisfactory welfare and well-being of all. In a speech delivered in Canada on the 22nd of October 2016, the fifth Khalifa and the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community also rightly declared as follows, and I quote, "Human nature is such that it is impossible for people to agree on everything, and so disagreements will occur from time to time. But the key is to solve these disputes with justice and fairness, rather than prioritize one's own interest above others. To bring any conflict to an end, justice is a prerequisite. If a person is not fair and ethical, then whatever grievance or problem that exists will only increase hatred and contempt," unquote. Of course, war is the wildest and most open manifestation of violent conflict, which creates the worst disruption of peace and hence undermines the development of any nation. Reverend Ekwenon of Calabar University, Nigeria, has declared that violent conflict is the major hindrance to African development. He says, it inflicts human suffering through death, destruction of livelihoods, constant displacement, and insecurity. It also disrupts the process of production, creates conditions for the pillage of the country's resources, and diverts their application from development purposes to servicing war. Accordingly, peace and justice can only be the essential and rational condition for sustainable and meaningful development, since violence and conflict disrupt productive activity and even destroy what has already been achieved. Amir Chairman, coming closer home, the ongoing Boko chieftaincy conflict, which has been left to fester and has thereby led to the senseless slaughter of many innocent Ghanaian citizens, is a typical example of an ugly spectacle of human conflict, as well as a monstrous evidence of the terrible damage that the want of peace and justice could cause to an important part of our country and hinder development. Millions upon millions of the nation's scarce resources continue to be squandered on the security forces deployed in Baku and its environs in a vain attempt to ensure peace and security. Peace, therefore, connotes the maintenance of a just order in society and the primary resolution of conflict through nonviolent means to facilitate the progress of the state. Pope Paul VI once positively declared as follows: development is the new name for peace, emphasizing that excessive economic, social, and cultural inequalities among people arouse tensions and conflicts and are a danger to peace, unquote. It can consequently be argued that development can only exist and expand into sustainable progress of any nation if peace and justice reign, because chaos, tensions, conflicts, and war inevitably constitute strictures to improvement and hence lead to less and therefore the underdevelopment of society. What then is development? It has been suggested that development involves the progressive realization of the possible and balanced flourishing of human and natural resources. Accordingly, it may be submitted that the development of a nation may largely consist of the optimum improvement of the human being as a factor of production, as well as the optimum mobilization of human beings so as to practically convert all other available resources for the balanced growth and advancement of a nation in order to achieve the proper and satisfactory welfare and progress of the people in any country. Meeting human needs goes beyond satisfying people's material desires. It includes meeting their physical, mental, spiritual, intellectual, moral, psychological, personal, social, and economic requirements. Development of a country hence implies the advancement and consistent transformation of a country's infrastructural, industrial productivity, as well as its economic and social capacity to facilitate a high living standard for its citizens. Amir Chairman, what about justice? Justice has a dual nature, the formal and informal, direct and indirect. Its informal mode is its more dominant character and consists of the wider society's deep perception of the fair and proper allocation and distribution of the state's resources for the greater good of all in society, irrespective of class, color, caste, or religion. The formal or direct nature of justice has a more openly structured and systemic image, fashioned and operating under the law for the more regulated resolution of conflicts in the country. It is substantially represented by the courts and other bodies or entities acknowledged and recognized for handling disputes and settling conflicts. The Supreme Court is the highest or apex court of Ghana. And at the lowest, we have the District or Magistrate Court, together with other arbitral tribunals. In between this, we have the Court of Appeal, the High Court, and the Circuit Courts. Amir Chairman, Justice Mrs. Mariam J.C. Jauhari, a distinguished Ahmadi Muslim lady who was recently appointed a Justice of the Court of Appeal, has in a lecture delivered after her appointment provided an admirable outline of justice in its more formal form. She stated as follows: justice to the lawyer means the application of the rule of law. That is the certainty of applying legal rules developed over centuries to resolve disputes between citizens and the citizen and the state. It is also the ethical, philosophical idea that people are to be treated fairly, impartially, properly, and reasonably by the law and by arbiters of the law. That laws are to ensure that no harm befalls another, and that where harm is alleged, remedial action is taken. It may also be defined as a scheme or system of law in which every person receives his or her due from the system, including all rights, both natural and legal. Article 125 of Ghana's 1992 Constitution provides that Justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of Ghana by the judiciary, which shall be independent and subject only to the Constitution. Thus, judicial power in Ghana is vested in the judiciary to the exclusion of the executive and the legislature. The judicial power is exercised through the judicial process, which has the judge or magistrate, the lawyer, and court staff as the principal actors. It is through the integrity, hard work, and cooperation of these main actors that the litigant is able to receive quality justice. Justice that is prompt and substantial, and justice that is effectual and brings finality to disputes through the proper enforcement of decisions reached in the courts. Amir, Chairman, in the case decided as far back as 1844, a British judge distilled the court process in the manner as follows, and he said, "The court in which we sit is a temple of justice, and the advocates of the bar, the lawyers, as well as the judge upon the bench, are equally ministers in that temple. The object of all equally should be the attainment of justice by the ascertainment of truth through the trial process." He stated further that the frailty of human beings does not make this object always achievable, but the higher objective of advancing justice through the ascertainment of truth should never be forgotten. The foregoing clearly emphasizes that the formal justice enjoined on the courts is a sacred duty imposed on all those involved in the justice delivery process to be guided in their conduct and decision-making by a single-minded determination to follow the path of truth, transparency, accountability, and responsibility in order to ensure fairness, fair play, and uprightness. It is this imperative to do justice, anchored on truth and openness, that has led to the saying that justice must not only be done, but must manifestly be seen to be done. A justice so dispensed will engender trust and optimum confidence in our court system and promote peace and avoid chaos, since it will prevent rampant recourse to self-help among the citizens in the handling of their conflicts and disputes. An openly trustworthy, independent, and transparent court system not only ensures peace in the country, but it also promotes confidence in the international community, thereby ensuring international investment and boosting trade, hence achieving progress in the country. A failing and unreliable court system, perceived to be controlled by the executive and external forces, leads to instability and insecurity in the country and discourages international investment and its retention. It is no wonder that the former Minister of State Security, the Honorable Mr. Kandapa, once had cause to publicly declare that the perceived notion in the country that the courts invariably gave judgment in favor of the government was an existential national security threat. It is therefore troubling that in more recent times, the public's trust and confidence in our judicial system have tumbled. The Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, which should otherwise receive the greatest honor and trust, has of late been derided and mocked by the public, giving it such painful nicknames as the unanimous 7 Football Club. The people's judgment of our judges and justice delivery system is devastating, with many sometimes uncharitably characterizing our honorable judges and other operatives in the court system as corrupt. A former Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Sophia Akufo, has in a recent observation distressingly characterized the judgments of the Supreme Court as being too predictable. Of late, the image of the judiciary has taken a significant hit. The Ibrahim Index of African Government, IIAG, a key initiative of the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, published every 2 years and receiving maximum international media coverage, provides a statistical measure of government performance in African countries. The IIAG governance framework comprises 4 components, one of which is security and rule of law. The 2024 index stated that Ghana's judiciary had recorded a steep decline in autonomy over the past 8 years, reporting a drop from 100% to 50% in judicial autonomy. The index defines judicial autonomy as the ability of the judiciary to operate free from political pressure or influence. Even more distressing, Amir Chairman, is the Afro Barometer report of 2024. Its survey showed that only 30% of Ghanaians expressed a lot of trust in the courts, with another 22% saying they only somewhat trusted the courts. On the perception of corruption, as high as 44% of the people surveyed felt that most or all of the judges and magistrates were corrupt. Of course, the police topped the list, with even the seat of government performing poorly on the people's perception of them as corrupt and thus unreliable. Whereas most judges may be decent and act according to the dictates of their judicial oaths, and hence not all judgments may be procured through improper considerations, a judicial system that elicits such a high negative perception and image is a gross danger to the progress and development of the nation. Amir Chair, as expressed earlier, justice is a sacred trust. The Holy Quran speaks of absolute justice in terms of the Islamic concept to establish peace and human progress. Speaking on the topic of justice, a prerequisite to a peaceful world, on the 22nd of October 2016, the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission delivered himself as follows. At many places in the Holy Quran, Allah the Almighty has commanded Muslims about being just and treating others in the best way. In chapter 4, verse 136, the Holy Quran demands the very highest possible standard of justice. It requires that a Muslim should be willing to forego all personal interest for the sake of the truth. Muslims are commanded to put aside their own desires or personal relationships and to be witnesses for the sake of Allah. The verse instructs that a person must be willing to testify against himself, his parents, and loved ones in order to establish justice. Islam teaches that a Muslim's first loyalty must always be to the truth, and so one must never hide the facts or give false testimony. A person should never be governed by personal desires, as this leads to bias and prejudice and takes a person away from what is fair and right. Quran chapter 16 verse 91 enjoins not only to speak the truth and be just, but to favor others. Thus the Quran directs that we should do good and not expect reward or recognition, as we do to our kindred. As a mother, for example, treats her infant child, it means a person should offer sympathy and compassion in an altruistic and benevolent spirit. Thus, the Holy Prophet Muhammad is reported to have stated that one cannot attain faith until he wishes for his brother that which he wishes for himself. That equally underpins the biblical philosophy of doing unto others what one expects to be done to him. This is a sure means to solve the problems of society and our world and transform all forms of hatred into peace, tolerance, and mutual respect. Amir Shaban, the flip side of justice is injustice. A just leader is a blessing to a nation, and by his policies and actions, he promotes national development, peace, and harmony among the people. An unjust leader betrays his trust and pursues policies and actions that bring suffering and strife to his people, thereby ultimately disturbing the peace of his people and leading to the destruction and ruin of his nation. The proper conduct of state actors all over the world helps to ensure justice and peace, and therefore the progress and development of their nation. Corruption, together with mismanagement, constitutes arguably one of the nastiest phases of informal justice in a country and leads to wrong policy formulation or execution, thereby positively undermining the sustainable growth of every society and nation. For many years now, revelations before the Parliament Public Accounts Committee have established staggering evidence of thievery and mismanagement in ministries, departments, assemblies, and other state agencies or organizations. The figures thrown up for each year far exceed the amount of money Ghana goes to the IMF or the World Bank to borrow to support its national programs and development. Yet the culprits walk the streets free, while ordinary folk who steal a bunch of plantain or a tuber of yam are mercilessly prosecuted and sent to jail. That is the nature of our judicial system, of our justice system as a nation. Amir Chairman, I'm told that I have to break my speech and conclude because of time. And so I would want, there are a few things that I wanted to draw attention to, a few red flag developments and occurrences in this country which constitute gross political and socio-economic injustices that have tended to undermine our peace and harmony. But since you say I should end, let me respectfully end by saying that I've drawn the attention to a few rather distressing developments in our country, and I stated that those developments constitute a narrative that reflects the regrettable penchant of Ghanaians to embark on what went wrong at the end of the tenure of successive governments. This, after the event condemnations, may not be the best for our nation. Nonetheless, it is our hope that the new government will take serious lessons from our deplorable recent experiences, which eventually led to the most stunning and scathing manifestation of the ordinary Ghanaian's ultimate sense of justice and self-value in delivering a truly incomprehensible, incredible, and decisive verdict during the 7th December 2024 national elections. The outcome of the 7th December 2024 elections constitutes the clearest and most comprehensive message to the Ghanaian political class and social elite that the ordinary Ghanaian citizen can no longer and should no more ever be taken for granted. The overwhelming votes cast for the new government may be a historical advantage to the new president and his team in government. However, it equally represents a quintessential premonition and clear warning to discard the arrogance of power and impunity, to assume an open and listening ear, to stay focused on pursuing national developmental goals, to cut and resist waste, to be sensitive to the needs and cries of the ordinary Ghanaian, and to mobilize and galvanize the collective energy, confidence, and trust of a united Ghana to build the country we want in the troubling times ahead. This is the only way we could say that true and tangible justice has been achieved to promote the peace and development of our dear nation, Ghana. May God bless and protect our dear nation, making us great and strong, and a worthy country in the Committee of Nations. Amir Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and may God bless you abundantly for your enduring patience and kind attention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
Mr. Said Kwakujam!
Oyinchal!
Naib Amir 3!
Oyinchal!
Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
So when a justice is delivering on a topic justice, you know what to expect. Nare Takbir. We are still preparing the grounds for the address of our President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And as we know, every year we do invite a few guests, dignitaries from all walks of life to be part or to be here with us to partake in our Jalsa. We have selected a few to deliver fraternal messages. And so I would like to invite Alhaj Kwenu, who is our Secretary External Affairs, to come to the podium and invite those who have been selected to deliver these fraternal messages before we finally invite His Excellency to address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I call those going to deliver the fraternal message, I want to, first of all, introduce to us the MP for the area, who is also a new MP, in the person of Kwame Asari Obey, popularly known as A+. He will just say Salaam Alaikum to us, and then he will leave, because we are in this area. Yes, Salaam Alaikum.
In saying Salam Alaikum, I would like to also tell the President that our roads, our roads, our roads. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I want to introduce to you also Nengi Gate, the 7th, Omayini of Eputu Traditional Area and Chancellor of Widiba University of Education, Widiba. Nengi, you are welcome. We also have in our midst Mrs. Shelley Ofori, Manager, National Blood Bank. She is always here every year. We also have George Amon, Mr. George Amon, Executive Secretary, National Peace Council. But she came with Madame Joanna Adwa Opari, who is also from the National Peace Council. Representing our National Chief Imam, and all the Imams, as Amir spoke for the National Muslim Council. The Chief Imam is the embodiment of all the Muslims of Ghana. He has sent his spokesperson in the person of Sheikh Arabi Al-Shuaib. He will deliver the peace, the fraternal message of the Chief Imam. Come. Let's welcome him with Takbir.
Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
National Chief Imam!
Oyinchal!
Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, we give him thanks and praises. We adore and exalt his name, his good and holy, in fullness and perfection. We ask Allah to bestow his peace and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad, indeed all the prophets, and all those who tread on the path of righteousness to the day of judgment. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, my good friend and brother, the Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, Maulvi Muhammad bin Saleh, my uncle, Elijah Mama Idrisu, whom I have known for a long time, and indeed, let me say, all protocols observed. I want to greet you all with Islamic greetings of love, peace, and fraternity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As a messenger, I speak here on the instruction of the eminent National Chief Imam, who has asked me to bring you his warmest felicitation and the best of wishes at this year's Jalsa Salana, which comes 92nd in the series. The Chief Imam has followed the activities of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, and indeed, for all of us who are here, we can see clearly how beautiful it is, the order that we are observing, the discipline that we can see in a very distinct manner that is showing how leadership works effectively within the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, and it's something that we want to place on record. This year's theme, as has been well espoused by the justice, is something that lies at the core of the peace that we desire, not in Ghana alone, but across the world. But it's also clear that for us to have sustainable peace in the world, justice is an essential ingredient. But sustainable development also requires that people are in a peaceful environment in which that which they desire by natural justice are provided to them, that helps them to have the satisfaction and to see themselves as part and parcel of a whole nation. And so to choose such a theme is something that resonates with the very virtues and spirit and teachings of Islam, which we must uphold. But justice goes beyond just the confines of the Muslim community. It's a global and universal principle that underpins peace in the world. And so, on a time like this, the Chief Imam has asked me to tell you that he solidarizes with you and encourages you, and he appreciates the respect that you have accorded him, and wish you a very fruitful deliberation in this 92nd Jalsa of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission. On this note, I want to end up here. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Ali. I also want to bring to your notice that we have Madam Rebecca Colcraft representing the chairperson, NCCE, National Commission for Civic Education. Rebecca. We have a number of imams around. The imam from the prison service is here. Then from the Tijaniya, we have Sheikh Mustafa Yajala. Ghana Muslim Mission is also here, represented by my brother Ishmael. And then, of course, our old friend, Alhaji Sanda. I don't know whether you'll be introduced by the NDC people or I have to introduce you. I invited you anyway. Go ahead and introduce you. Okay, so, Sheikh Sanda, let them see you. You are Amir's junior brother too. You are Amir's junior brother, so accept it.
The 92nd Annual National Jalsa of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, distinguished leaders of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ghana, esteemed dignitaries, Nananum, ladies and gentlemen. I extend warm greetings on behalf of the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, and our chairperson, who deeply regrets her inability to join us today due to other pressing commitments. It is indeed an honor to represent her and read this message on her behalf at this distinguished gathering. On the theme of this year's convention, peace and justice, essential ingredients for national development, resonates deeply with the values that have guided the Ahmadiyya Muslim mission throughout its remarkable history in Ghana. For over a century, the mission has been a beacon of hope, faith, and service, profoundly influencing Ghana's religious, social, and economic development. The Ahmadiyya Muslim mission's vision of love for all and hatred for none is a powerful testimony to its unwavering commitment to promoting justice, peace, and social harmony. In Ghana's democratic journey, the mission has played a pivotal role in advancing for tolerance, peace, coexistence, and the pursuit of truth. The mission's emphasis on education as a tool for empowerment, evidenced by the establishment of numerous schools, has shaped generations of Ghanaian leaders and citizens. Additionally, your contributions to healthcare through the Ahmadiyya hospitals and clinics, as well as your humanitarian outreach to the underprivileged, reflect a profound understanding that national development requires a holistic approach. These initiatives have not only enhanced the lives of countless individuals, but have also fostered national cohesion and development. As we move forward as a nation, following the recent elections, it is incumbent upon all of us, leaders, institutions, and citizens alike, to unite for the greater good. Elections may highlight our differences, but our shared commitment to justice, peace, and national development must always take precedence. This is a time to foster reconciliation, dialogue, and collaboration for the benefit of all Ghanaians. The National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, remains committed to collaborating with all stakeholders to deepen civic education, promote inclusivity, and inspire the next generation to uphold the principles of justice and peace. Together with faith-based organizations like the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, we can build a more just, peaceful, and prosperous Ghana. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, the future of Ghana is indeed our collective responsibility. Let us together embrace this shared duty with unwavering resolve, ensuring that justice and peace become not just aspirations, but lived realities in our beloved country. May the deliberations at this convention further illuminate the path towards national unity and sustainable development. Thank you, and God bless us all.
In our midst is a professor from Japan, Professor Dr. Minesaki Hiroko. She is a lecturer in the University of Tokyo, doing research into Ahmadiyya. She has done it for 13 years, traveled to so many places, Kadian, Rabwa, Canada, and today Australia, and today she's here with us. Our lecturer, people should just congratulate her for us. Finally, before my madam from National Peace Council comes to deliver her address, a statement, I want to call on our Amir of Nigeria, even though I don't have the capacity to invite him by the Amir. But I had a discussion with him, and he wants to explain something small for us to know what is happening. Amir of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, distinguished participants, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I have the honor of introducing to us His Royal Highness, the AJ of Ankpa and the Chairman of the Ankpa Traditional Council, and also a member of the National Council of Kings in Nigeria, Dr. Abubakar Ahmed Yakubu, to please come and deliver his talk.
Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Your Excellency, Mr. President John Dramani Mahama, my dear brother, in whom we are well pleased. The Amir, I am delighted to be here today. As I promised a few weeks ago in Lagos when I attended the Jalsa Salana of Nigeria, that I will be here today. And Allah has brought us. And I remember telling you something. I said I'll be attending the swearing in of Mr. President. And you said to me, Mr. President will also be on ground. I said, well, mashallah. So Mr. President, we really appreciate your coming. Even though I'm in your tough, but I'm your big brother, you know, Nigeria. So, Jalsa Salana, if I have a little history of it from my own end, I think I've been attending Jalsa Salana based in London and Lagos for the past 20 years of my life. I used to attend this Jalsa Salana with my late dad, who was the king then, but Allah has brought me here for 3 years now. I am the king, and I will continue from where he stopped. And the last Jalsa Salana I attended in London last year, I went with my son, and I was telling the Amir of Nigeria, this is how I started coming with my dad, and today I'm coming. So maybe that legacy will be passed on to my son. Allah knows best. So for me, there's these things I talk about. We need to pray for our leaders. You have a good man as the president of Ghana today. Him coming back for the second time, that means you Ghanaians trust him once again. Mr. President, this trust shouldn't go for granted, please. You should give Ghanaians what they want. I know you are a good man. As kings, we can't go into politics, but when you meet a good man, you always talk about him. The first time I met him, that was before the election. I met him in Nigeria, and I said to him, we will pray for you. And I made a promise that I was going to go to Umrah in October last year, and I did, and I prayed to Allah, and today this is where you are. And I'm so happy. Even the Amir talked about you were here last year, and you seek for prayers, and you even went up to the Huzur in London, and today Allah has accepted that prayer. So don't take it for granted. It is a godsend that you are, and you must deliver those messages that Allah has brought you to do. Thank you for having me. Enjoy your Jalsa Salana. Thank you very much.
Nare Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Jamaat Ahmadiyya Nigeria! Uncle So! Nare Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Finally, Auntie Joanna, I'm directed to give you only 3 minutes. Auntie Joanna.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, the Emir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana, my brother and friend Movi Mohammed bin Salih, the elders and esteemed members of the leadership of the National Democratic Congress herein gathered, esteemed members of the leadership of the Ahmadiyya mission in Ghana, members of parliament, civil society representatives, distinguished guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good but warm afternoon to all of you. It is indeed an honor for me to be invited to join you for this very august annual event and to be called upon to deliver a statement on behalf of the National Peace Council. I am also especially excited to see my Ahmadiyya women here once again, and I know they will help us to carry the torch of peace and also help promote justice as we move on in this new era. Ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of the chairman of the National Peace Council, express the gratitude of the council to all Ghanaians for the manner in which we conducted ourselves in the 2024 December elections. Once again, the board also congratulates especially His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his vice, Professor J. Nana Opoku-Agyeman, for their election to the high offices of the President and Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, respectively. Movi Chair, today the talk again is about peace. But before I speak about peace and what we do in a few minutes, I want to express the gratitude of the National Peace Council to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana for their financial support to the Council in our time of need ahead of the 2024 elections. We work with very little resources. So when they came to our help, I said, wow, Mulvey and the mission, thank you very much. We also thank them for the partnership with the Peace Council over the years. Indeed, the mission has been one of the pioneering members of the governing board of the National Peace Council. And I'm happy that Mulvey bin Salih, the Amir, is serving his third term as an eminent member of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, the title for today, or the theme, Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development, could not have been chosen at a more appropriate time. Indeed, we cannot hope for sustainable development without peace, stability, and justice in our society. Peace, we all know, is a prerequisite for sustainable development, so we must all do what it takes to promote it as we embark on a new journey to ensure that we take back our garment as the Star of Africa. The object of the Peace Council, ladies and gentlemen, is to facilitate and develop mechanisms for conflict prevention, management and resolution, and to build sustainable peace in the country. Our work is mainly that of mediation and negotiation, and we do so a lot behind the scenes. I am therefore happy to report that in addition to all the numerous things we did before the December elections, we partnered with key institutions to organize the signing of the Fourth Peace Pact, where all the contesting presidential candidates pledged for a peaceful process and adhered to their promise. Thank you, Mr. President. During the elections, we also partnered with very meaningful organizations to monitor the situation across the country. We reported on progress of proceedings and alerted the responsible organizations to act whenever necessary. We are still working. The country is currently dealing with over 700 cases in all the 16 regional councils. Therefore, today's topic is still very, very important to us. In the quest for promoting peace and demanding justice, we need to eschew harmful practices such as hate speech, discrimination, and conflicts. In this vein, it is instructive to learn from Pope Paul VI, who once said, "If you want peace, work for justice." So I stand here to say that the Peace Council will continue to promote peace and push for justice. I will end quickly by appealing to all of us here that let us rise, no matter our gender, tribe, or religion, and be champions of peace and justice. May the good Lord richly bless our president and his team and endow them greatly with the wherewithal to lead this country to a better place in the global market. May God bless the Ahmadiyya mission and our homeland Ghana and make all of us great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Nare Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We have come to a very important item on the program. That indeed is the climax. When His Excellency arrived, we all witnessed the excitement. And indeed, we deserve to be excited. We went into these elections peacefully. We conducted ourselves peacefully. We came out of the elections peacefully. And we have sworn in our president peacefully. The president has arrived here peacefully, and that is why Islam stands for peace. And so on this peaceful note, I would like to invite His Excellency, our beloved President, John Dramani Mahama, to address us.
Allahu Akbar.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinchar.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinchar.
The President of the Republic of Ghana.
Oyinchar.
The Commander-in-Chief of Ghana Armed Forces.
Oyinchar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Thank you very much.
Salutation.
I want to get my protocols right. That's why I had to get this little slip of paper. Thank you very much. Our Maulana Nur Alhaji Mohammed bin Salih, the Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim mission, our national chairman, the Honorable Johnson Asiedun Ketia, also known as General Mosquito, Alhaji Mahama Idrisu, chairman of the Council of Elders of the NDC, Alhaj Isa Abdul Wahab Naib, Alhaj Isa Abdul Wahab Naib and First Deputy Amir, Alhaj Ahmed Suleiman Anderson, Second Deputy Amir, His Lordship Alhaji Justice Said Kwekujan, Third Deputy Amir, who just gave us a very beautiful statement. Sheikh Arim Yao, representative of the National Chief Imam. Auntie Joanna, representative of the Chairman of the National Peace Council. Nenyi Gate, the 7th Paramount Chief of the Ifudu Traditional Area. And our royal invited guest, His Majesty Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Ahmed Yakubu II, the Eje of Akban Traditional Area and coordinator of North Central Traditional Rulers of Nigeria. Alhaji Alatoye Folurunsho Abdulaziz, the Emir of Ahmadiyya Mission in Nigeria, and Bisiru Mohammed Lukuma Adio, the Amir of Ahmadiyya Mission in Benin, congregants of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, I wish all of you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is with profound gratitude to the Almighty Allah that I join you once again on this day at this very important event. It is significant to note that this is my first public engagement and is taking place just 48 hours after being sworn in as president of our great nation. I'm therefore very delighted to be meeting with you. Let me take this opportunity through you once again to say thank you to the people of Ghana for the confidence reposed in me to once again lead this dear nation of ours. I want to also thank you for the warm welcome I always get when I attend the Jalsa. As Maulana Nur said, I was on these very holy grounds last year, and I sought your prayers and your support to be able to achieve the desire that we all had on our hearts. And Allah listened to our supplications, and today it has become the reality. And so I've come back to these holy grounds to say thank you to you and thank you to Allah for His blessings on us. This occasion marks the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana, and it's a profound reminder of the values we hold dear: justice, peace, and unity. And today's theme, rightfully, is justice and peace, the essential ingredients for national development. And this does not only reflect these values, but is at the same time thought-provoking. As I return to these sacred grounds of Bagi Ahmed, that is the Garden of Ahmad, I'm filled with a deep sense of belonging. This, the Ahmadi community's remarkable ability to convene such large gatherings with such breathtaking harmony and discipline, is an inspiring testament to the ideals of order and unity. These ideals are principles that are in short supply in our nation today. And it is important for our nation to emulate the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission.
Allahu Akbar.
To emulate the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, especially as we navigate the challenges that lie ahead of us as a country. Before I proceed, I wish to first and foremost extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty Allah for the blessings He has bestowed on Ghana. with another peaceful and successful general election. The trust that Ghanaians have placed in me is both humbling and inspiring, and I recognize the weight of this responsibility my fellow countrymen have put on my shoulders. I'm particularly grateful for the prayers and support of Maulana Noor and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the National Chief Imam, and religious leaders across all faiths. Your spiritual guidance and unshakable commitment to Ghana's peace and progress have been invaluable. Amir Chairman, my brothers and sisters, last year during my visit to London, I had the privilege of meeting His Holiness Khalifatul Masih V Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad. His wife's counsel and prayers were very important, and they continue to inspire me as I take on the immense responsibility of leading this nation. His sharp memory of his days in Ghana was remarkable, and his understanding of Ghanaian culture and tradition was very impressive. I came away after spending almost 3 hours with him, very impressed at his leadership of the Ahmadiyya faith. Justice and peace are the bedrock of our national aspirations. And as the Holy Quran reminds us in Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 135, we are called to uphold justice even against ourselves. This powerful mandate also underscores the necessity of impartiality and fairness in governance. Justice must always not only be done, but must be seen to be done and must be felt by all. Justice is a moral compass that must guide our every decision, every law, and every interaction in our nation. To this end, the new NDC administration is resolutely committed to strengthening our justice system to ensure judicial independence and address the systemic inequalities that currently exist. I can assure you that this administration will work tirelessly to ensure that every Ghanaian, regardless of your status or background, is treated with dignity and afforded equal protection under the law. Amir, Chairman, my brothers and sisters, to achieve this objective of justice, we would have to move the stalled constitutional review process forward. To achieve this, I would soon establish a committee to begin the planning of a National Constitutional Review Validation Conference to achieve broad consensus on the way forward for the constitutional amendments that we have all proposed. My brothers and sisters, similarly, peace is a divine blessing of God, but it requires a concerted effort to maintain. And as Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us, peace is the foundation upon which communities flourish. In this vein, our government will prioritize dialogue over unilateralism. We shall build consensus as we move along together. We shall encourage religious harmony and engage leaders across all faiths to continue to promote mutual understanding. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community's inspiring motto, and I quote, "Love for all and hatred for none," is a powerful example of this kind of peace and unity that we must strive to achieve as a nation. It is a call to action for every Ghanaian to contribute to a just and peaceful society. Amir Chairman, We are assuming office at a critical time in our nation's history. Ghana is faced with significant challenges, but that is exactly the reason why you elected us. We will transparently let you understand what those challenges are, and we will take responsibility for solving them. The Reset Agenda presents our collective commitment to restoring good governance, achieving economic stability, and creating opportunities for all. And that is exactly what we shall do. It is our blueprint for national progress and will not waver in its implementation. Let me give you examples of some of the challenges we face immediately. For instance, a planned shutdown of the West African gas pipeline was supposed to take place in October last year. At the intervention of this government, it was postponed till January. This is a long delayed maintenance and has to be urgently done. But what it means is that there will be no gas available for all our generating plants in the east of Ghana, that is the Tema Enclave, because it will have curtailed the gas coming from Nigeria and the gas that comes in the reverse flow from our gas processing plants in the west. And so it means that the thermal generating plants in the Tema Enclave would have no access to gas. And normally, to forestall blackouts because of the loss of almost 2,000 megawatts of power, we have to make provision for fuel. And this is light crude oil, heavy fuel oil, and distillate fuel. Unfortunately, enough provision was not made for this eventuality. When the fuel arrives, it takes time to import it, 3 weeks to place an order and get it delivered. And when it arrives, you have to treat the fuel for another week and a half to make it ready for use in the generating plants. And so there's a threat of power outages. But my brothers and sisters, don't despair. Like I said, you elected us to solve the problems, not to put the blame on anybody else or to shoulder you with those problems. And so yesterday I called a meeting of all the stakeholders in the electricity value chain. And they have been sitting since yesterday to today to come out with innovative solutions so that we're able to keep the lights on. And so I can assure you, with some of the ideas they've come up with, we would make sure that your lights stay on and that we do not have doomsday, as you popularly call it. Amir, Chairman, education is the cornerstone of national progress. And to this end, as promised, while strengthening basic education, we will sustain and enhance the free SHS policy so that we gain the benefits that it is intended to bestow. We will address challenges such as overcrowding to ensure quality education at all levels. Our plans also include free tuition for first-year students entering public tertiary institutions, the completion of abandoned e-blocks, and investments to provide equitable learning opportunities nationwide and across the whole education value chain. These initiatives will empower our youth with the skills needed to excel in a rapidly changing world. We shall emphasize technical vocational education and training so that we can produce the skilled manpower that is needed for business and industry. I'm going to set up a planning committee to start working on the National Education Review Conference that I promised. This conference will review our educational system right from the kindergarten through the basic to secondary to tertiary to technical, vocational education, and identify what the hindrances to quality education are at each level of our educational system. I believe that this conference will come out with new ideas in order to provide us the outcomes that we need as a nation. Amir, Chairman, a key focus of our administration is economic revitalization, as I said in my inaugural speech. This is going to be our immediate priority: how to stabilize our economy, bring down inflation, stabilize our currency, and run the economy in a transparent and accountable manner. Through a homegrown fiscal policy, we intend to alleviate the economic strain on citizens by removing some of the burdensome taxes and prioritize efficient revenue generation. It's our intention to capture more of the informal sector into the tax net so that we can fairly share the burden and incidence of taxation. The 24-hour economy policy, inspired by and tailored on global success models, will play a strategic role in this endeavor. This transformative initiative will create sustainable jobs, modernize our economy, and unlock Ghana's growth potential. In addition to this, healthcare is another urgent focus of our administration. We will prioritize investments in infrastructure and human resources to ensure accessible quality medical care. We shall continue abundant health projects and operationalize them as key steps towards expanding healthcare access nationwide. My brothers and sisters, let me at this stage commend and congratulate the women of Ghana for the historic achievement in electing for the first time a female as the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. By this action, we have broken the first glass ceiling to allow our women to progress even to the highest offices of the land. But there still remains one ceiling, and that is a concrete ceiling. And I assure you that myself and Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman are going to work to break the concrete ceiling so that the next generation of women can follow and aspire even to the presidency of this country.
Allahu Akbar.
Amir, Chairman, my brothers and sisters, good governance is the foundation upon which a nation's progress rests. In this light, transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership will define this administration. We shall pass a code of conduct for our office holders, and they will strictly abide by that code of conduct. We shall carry out comprehensive audits in order to establish what the situation of our state-owned enterprises and parastatals are. We shall operationalize the Operation Recover All the Loot and investigate persons we believe have engaged in misappropriation of public property and pursue them to recover such property. We will strengthen the institutions of accountability, that is the anti-corruption institutions, in order to ensure that public trust is restored. The Reset Agenda is a call to action for every Ghanaian to join in building a nation where justice, peace, and progress will flourish. It is imperative that we work together. I urge the Ahmadiyya Muslim community to continue its invaluable contribution to our education, healthcare, and social services in partnership with government. Together we can overcome obstacles and create a brighter future for all. Amir, Chairman, on behalf of the people of Ghana, I express my deepest gratitude to your Muslim community for its steadfast commitment to Ghana's socio-economic development. Your schools, your hospitals, your humanitarian initiatives through humanity first exemplify what is possible when compassion is combined with action. Last year, as I stood on this ground, in my conversation with the Amir, I came to the realization that these holy grounds were formerly the well-known state-owned Pomadze Poultry Farm. And when I stood at the podium, I promised you that if God answered our heart's desire and I'm elected president, I will work with your Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission to restore the Pomadze Poultry Farm back to its days of glory.
Allahu Akbar. Onkoso. Allahu Akbar.
I want us to work to make the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission one of the biggest supplier of chicken in this country. I intend to keep that promise I made, and I've already whispered to the Amir some of the steps that I have started taking. This farm will become an example and would lead the way to encourage other faith-based organizations to realize that they can go into income-generating projects, both to generate funds for the missions and also to provide jobs for their congregants. It will encourage faith-based organizations to look into income-generating projects, especially in the agribusiness space. And so, Maulana Noor, you will soon be hearing from me. You'll receive some visitors who will come and start working with you on the feasibility study. And soon, I'll be your ambassador to look for the funding to be able to establish this objective that we have set ourselves. Maulana Noor, my brothers and sisters, with the support of the people of Ghana, coupled with the dedication of our administration and the blessings of the Almighty Allah, I'm confident that Ghana's brightest days are ahead of us, not behind us. Together we shall reset Ghana and build a nation whose fruits of justice, peace, and prosperity will benefit all of us. Let us come together and build the Ghana we all want. May Allah guide our efforts and bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your kind attention.
Allahu Akbar.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinchal.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oyinchal.
The Commander-in-Chief of Ghana Armed Forces.
Oyinchal.
Nara Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Jamaat Ahmadiyya.
Onkoso.
Islam Ahmadiyya.
Onkoso.
22nd Jalsa Salana.
Onkoso.
Nara Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The session has not yet come to an end. His Excellency, like Amir observed earlier on, has just been sworn in. There are very, very important engagements he is to undertake for and on behalf of this country. So the Amir directed that we request him to deliver his speech so that he can go and attend to other important issues for this, our dear nation. The Amir will see him off and will continue with the program until the Amir comes back for the session to end properly. So, Amir sir, probably you may have to say a few words in gratitude to the president, if you are okay to that.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Indeed, we should count ourselves lucky, and we should be proud of ourselves that our platform is the very first platform that has been created for our newly sworn-in president to interact with the people of Ghana. After the swearing-in ceremony, which was a formality, this is the very first real interaction with the head of state with his and his compatriots. We are indeed very grateful that he gave us this opportunity. Like I said earlier, the fact that he's really very, very tight. I know the whole of yesterday, they were held up in meetings. He's alluded to it. And right now, as he sits here, he wants time to be able to get to Accra and get to the International Conference Center to engage IMF officials to discuss very, very pertinent issues that have got to do with the welfare of each and every one of us here. It is therefore just right that what we have got of him now should be enough. It's even more than enough. And we should be happy, grateful to Allah that he came, and then allow him to go and continue with the other work. As he goes, in a reiteration, I want him to understand that without any iota of exaggeration, he has the very, very solid support of all Muslims in this country. I keep mentioning Muslims because that is the front that I represent and where I belong. But I can assure you that my interaction with my other colleagues, religious leaders, Christians as well, they are on the same wavelength. And therefore, our president has the goodwill of the people of this country. I would want to assure you, for and on his behalf, I'm not his spokesman, not his spokesperson, but I've known him over a period. I want to assure you with the sincerity in him, the humility, the politeness in him. I want to assure you that he would not make a promise, a pledge, which he would not be ready to fulfill. At least he knows he has people like me in his backyard who will take him on for not fulfilling some of those pledges, or who will not meet some of the utterances and statements that he's made anywhere in public. Let us all continue to remember him in our prayers. That's the best that we can do for him. As far as helping to do it is in the hands of the Almighty Allah. If we give him our support and prayers, rest assured that we will go places, inshallah. I want to thank you once more, and we leave you in the hands of the Almighty Allah, that he continues to protect you and bless each and every effort of yours. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for coming. We are grateful.
على محمد وعلى محمد وبارك وسلم. لا إله
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. When I was making the introductions, I was overwhelmed. with the number of people I was introducing. I nearly forgot, or I almost forgot my own niece, the Queen Mother of Mankesim traditional area, in the person of Nana Maimisa III. She is there, she came with a retinue of about 5 other Queen Mothers. In the same way, the Queen Mother of Asiam, who is also an Ahmadi, by name Sakina, but she is Nana Efua Eswa. She is also here with 5 other people. Ladies and gentlemen, the traditional paramount chief or king of Efutu is here. She wants to leave us, but we'll give him the chance to say Salamu Alaikum to us and then give us a message before he leaves. Nana.
Salamu Alaikum. Medinche Fisimpa Brown. Damimbria Mweshia wasasi kwankwan do na moba bompai na bwete nyamisam ye bisada ile mompai bono ontin embra efutu na gomua ye mema ha ombre na asumdwe kroye na kanko edamasi pi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We are very much aware that His Excellency was here with us. And of course, he couldn't have come here alone. There were a lot of dignitaries who accompanied him here, and we need to introduce them to you all. The National Chairman, Honorable Johnson Asedu Ketia, has left with the President, and that was acknowledged by the Amir and both His Excellency, so we are very much aware of that. But then we also have in our midst Honorable Alhaji Collins Dauda, who is the MP for Esutifi South. Then we have Honorable Gisela Tete, who is MP. That's right, thank you very much. Then Honorable Alhaji Kobna Gansa, AOB, MP. Then we also have Alhaji Muniru, who is a former minister. He's also left with the President. Honorable Alhaj Abu Sadat Baba Lami. He is here with us. He is a permanent member, so he's always here with us, mashallah. Then Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, MP for Asawasi. He's also very much regular at our Jalsa. We are most grateful. Then Koyoga, National Zungu Caucus Coordinator, Alhaj, is also left with the President. These are distinguished ladies and gentlemen who accompanied His Excellency here. But His Excellency has left a very important message with Alhaj Muntaka, the Aswasi MP. So I'm inviting him to come and deliver the message that was left with him.
Malvi wa chairman. Maybe no menu pay a large consider say. And a pay na ya kabrofo iti main country. His Excellency walk on what in Kraka Krajai. Say one the name Eha Mabo Muhammadi said the dinner ye be a buy a cano. But the Muhuni, a high na kama. It be J. Madina my FFF. Na de ya nkunye ni tenti Mohai. Nipa Beguay, Sebu, Ombe Didi, Ombe Numusio. Na when Yayanka, they also be a Kobefa. But Kakra or now what the best support to it may dear Moody any 50,000 Ghana cedis, Titiska 500 million. Say Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, Obedina Modia Boyd Mediana. Edamuinas, Yanko Bonkosun Shamu, Norma Afisese, Yomayanqua, and two Afisese, Naina as Abetina, Na Yediani, Jay Gusu, Ede Yankopansi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Re Takbir!
Assalamu alaikum. Pamucho bebre nana achin otu de pejil ko amo bai na medel ba chira mu pacho na ba. Wacho to Islam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Dr. Jonas, Kwesi Jonas, Madobaka Salam Chena. Ngofati, Dr. Kwesi Jonas, Institute of Democratic Governance. Oni Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. So, yabada mu nyina ase wo abutara yenya yatna ewie ase ewie ahye yem fifratu yen papa yi na demre Amir okana no pe no ya kire de ampa ye amediafo ampa ye wo nhihye ase ye wo ahobrase na ye de yen sunsu mekenzi ne mbra so ye de ye adwuma yatu Amir nanyim papa yi yatu Ahmadiyya nanyim ye sran yi de dem aforce nko aya boy ala otumfu nyankopon onfa ho aketuapa onfa ho inshira na onfa ma yi nyina da nyankopon onto ye nkwem na ombo ye no ban omayen apomedin na yame ya adoma afidan so yensan na yimihia wahabio ya ye wayusum de ye bekodo na ya trado kosi dwumedi na awie mikire ende abie na okay se nyankopon ya adom amentu ye slab na yama yen mudo a yebeko akoya asor sisi wabo no ne bin pepe no bi apa ho sima enum yebema yen ho be donhwereko 1 hour na yeda akoboaboa yen ho na yakoya asor ye so wi a ya pe bibiadi na chede enwumri wobo no sona na yebesan Asia ya ye Maghrib onye Isha asore so there's still 3 o'clock. No. We are going to pray after prayer. So, inshallah, we will reconverge at the prayer grounds at 3 p.m. on the dot for Zuhur and Asr Salat. And then we'll have the rest of the days to ourselves until 7 p.m. in the evening, where we'll meet again or we'll group again at the prayer grounds for Maghrib and Isha. After which there will be some dars, then would have been done for the day. So on this note, we'll wait for the final salam of Amir. Maybe on the same, but maybe on no teacher. If our sister Rami is around, I may request her to be at where the Queen Mothers are, so that immediately after he has said the salam, whatever he
has to tell you, he will meet you there and then convey the message to you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Thank you very much for your patience. We've come to the end of this session. And as announced, we'll be converging at the prayer grounds for Salat at 3 p.m. And it's one of the very important features of the annual Jalsa. Salat is very, very important. And therefore, entreat all brethren to, as fast as they can, go have what they can have, and perform ablution and converge at the Salat ground at 3 p.m. so that we can say Zuhur and Asr together. Therefore, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. We meet at 3 p.m. inshallah.
Salamu, 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 salamu alaikum ya jama. Salamu alaikum ya jama. Assalamu alaikum.
Salamu, salamu, salamu. Salamu, salamu alaikum ya jama.
Salamu alaikum ya jama.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and justice reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Ghana presents the 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana, on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of January 2025. The Jalsa is taking place at Bagi Ahmad, Pomazi, near Winneba. Under the theme Justice and Peace, the essential ingredients for national development. Dignitaries and prominent individuals from across the nation will join us, sharing their wisdom and well wishes for a harmonious and just society. Join these 3 days of spiritual rejuvenation, reflection, and connection. The 92nd Jalsa Salana, Ghana. Jalsa Salana Mubarak.
You are welcome. Alhamdulillah.
Imagine a world where love, peace, and
May the peace of Allah be on you. May the peace of Allah be on you. May the peace of Allah be on you. May Allah's peace be unto you. Salamu.
reign supreme. A world where people from all walks of life come together in harmony. One community, united under a divinely guided leader. The Ahmadiyya